Okay, so in this video I'm going to basically give my advice on those wanting to start a sports memorabilia collection. Now there are various ways you can actually save money and not pay full price for collectibles or jerseys. So for those who want to buy brand new stuff, get yourself a club membership. If you want to collect a whole league's worth of jerseys, it's going to be a bit expensive, but there are ways of doing it. So you can basically buy last season's jersey. So if you couldn't afford it at the start of the season or when it was released, now is the time to buy. Teams are clearing out last season's stock. So do it in the off season, towards the end of the off season when they're getting all the new stock in. They'll be heavily discounting last season's stock. Even if the jersey hasn't changed too much or the merchandise hasn't changed too much, they want to clear last year's stuff out, partly for tax purposes and partly they want to get the new stock in, so space. You can get discounts from anywhere from around 25 to 75%, so you're not paying full price. That is an easy way to do it. Also, if you are a club member, so you get your season ticket, you may also get a discount on next season or this season's current kit. You may get some money off by being a club member. I've done it before. My family have done it before. We don't even support Reading in the family, but it's our local club, and we used to have a membership card, and we got discounted tickets, first refusal on tickets, so you could choose where you wanted to sit if you're not a season ticket holder, and also a potential of, as a new member, discounts on next season's season ticket. So if you want to also go to games, collect the programs, keep your tickets, get autographs, that kind of thing, you can get discounts there. When you want to get retro jerseys or old jerseys, so what we class as the real collectibles, there are various ways of doing it. This is where you can also fall foul to ending up with a fake, a counterfeit jersey, and I'll discuss how you can spot signs that that jersey you're buying is not legitimate, it is fake, and it's generally to do with the quality and end product. So I've actually, even before I had a YouTube channel, I would buy and sell collectibles. Car boot sales, or as the North Americans will call it, a flea market. You will find people who have cleared out the house, they've done a spring clean, they found some old stuff in boxes from 10, 20 years ago, and they want to get rid. They want to make some space, they want to get rid. You will find people will be selling sports memorabilia. Jerseys, key rings, programs, posters, books, lots of sports memorabilia. People will be having a clear out. You can get things for cheap because the people aren't really collectors, but that's that jersey they bought for their son or daughter when the kid was, a teenager. Kid doesn't really follow the sport anymore. There you go. Or when they were, let's say, 15, 20 years old, get a jersey. The jerseys from the 90s, very desirable right now. A lot of people do not realise how expensive they actually go for on like places like eBay and at auction houses. People actually put their sports memorabilia up for auction, and the auctioneers, antiques dealers, and auction houses have actually realised there's money in this because they get commission. Car boot sales and flea markets, you can get them for a fraction of the price. You can get them at a sports memorabilia store or a second-hand store where someone's traded it in or sold it to them. You can get them cheap. But flea markets and car boot sales, that's where the counterfeits get into circulation. So keep your eyes peeled. You can generally tell by the fabric material, the dodginess of the signature or lacking a certificate of authenticity with a signed piece of memorabilia. The stitching, it falls apart. The logos or the club badges, the stitching is shocking. If they have got like a Fanatic style steam printed like this, it's peeling off almost immediately. Basically the quality isn't very good. You can tell a fake a mile away because the spellings are off, designs don't look quite right, and they're generally really poor quality. So keep your eyes peeled for those counterfeits. They are a pain in the arse. Some of them are actually quite funny, some of them are quite believable as well, but you can tell it's generally the stitching, the neckline's generally wrong, and unless there's any certain striping or certain design, it's slightly off. You can tell. eBay and Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people who don't necessarily have the time or the transportation to get to a flea market or a car boot sale will sell online, like eBay, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, just to name three resale sites. eBay, you will also find licensed resellers, and same with Amazon as well, who are licensed Amazon or eBay sellers, and it's their business. They find collectibles, they sell them. It also that avoids a lot of commission you would have to pay to an antiques or a sports memorabilia collector who will then sell it on as well with the bricks and mortar. It avoids a lot of commission. The websites are cheaper and it's quicker to be dispatched. You will find check for the feedback on sellers and how and how much feedback. If they've got a lot of positive feedback, normally over a couple of hundred positive feedback and a 4.5 to 5 star rating, luck is that's actually their business. They're using eBay or Amazon or Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree as their third party seller, and it's making them money. It saves them on having a brick and mortar shop. It saves costs. They've got a job. They're selling, but they will be selling slightly cheaper than if you went to an auction house to get sports memorabilia. Just saying. Again, there will be fakes on there. Check the reviews, check the feedback that a seller has. If they've got a lot of good, strong feedback and a high, feedback, let's say a 5 star rating or a percentage rating of positive views, that's generally a good place to go. The lower the weaker the feedback, or what seems like a very well written piece of feedback that's quite long and really glowing, but the majority are negative. Generally, they're selling poor quality second-hand stuff. Prices, however, can be quite high, and if you've got bidding on eBay, for example, or Gumtree, prices can skyrocket. You want to get in there with a buy now. If the seller is saying buy now or on nearest offer to a set price, you can save money. Then obviously you do have second-hand stores, collectors stores and antique dealers. So you don't have to go to the auction, you go to the dealer. Again, they will be slightly cheaper than buying at auction. You will find stuff. You will find hidden gems that antique dealer may have gone, well, it's not selling at this price, I'll cut the price a little bit. But he may have picked up from said flea market or car boot sale for very, very cheap. He wants to make a little bit of profit on it. Again, that is his livelihood. You will find them there. You will find collectible. I've got a lot of collectible programs. I've got a lot of collectible magazines, posters. You will find them in antique shops, ironically, even if it's more modern memorabilia. Maybe not the jerseys necessarily, but old programs, posters, books, you will find them. But that's basically how you can find things for cheap. I think the best way for new jerseys is get that club membership, even if it's not a club you support. If it's your local club and you want to collect, all of the league, for example, and you've got a bit of money to spend, get that club membership. Even if you're not buying season tickets, you can get discounts, especially early bird discounts and purchasing discounts if you buy multiple pieces from a club shop. If you don't have the membership, you can still get money off a third item. Promo codes as well are quite handy. But there we go. That's my tips. You can find discounts. Check for end of season sales or pre-season sales. That's good. Club memberships, and you can look around second-hand sellers as well. The thing is, a lot of 90s sports memorabilia, like jerseys, full kits, posters, autographed memorabilia, has suddenly skyrocketed. Things from the late 80s to the early 2000s, things from the 90s. There's a big thing right now where, firstly, all these rare jerseys, like football jerseys, ice hockey jerseys, they are going. Trading cards, they are going. So there's a big thing on the retro 30, 40 years ago. If that is where you want to start collecting, you better be willing to spend a bit of money. I have seen online some of the European football jerseys from the 80s and 90s going for upwards of nearly £1,000 or €1,000. It is ridiculous. And if they're well looked after and in really good condition, yeah, they are rare. This is when jersey collecting started to become popular with people my age, back in the 90s and the 2000s when we were kids and teenagers. People have now realised how much they can go for. So you can find some discounts in there. Best bet is probably you may want to go to an official reseller rather than an individual seller. Individual sellers are putting it for bid now rather than a set price. Certain manufacturers will do the retro designs as a released line, as a limited release on an anniversary edition, where they'll go, we'll make a limited run of a jersey. So Fiorentina, for example, that Fiorentina Nintendo jersey, Lotto may go, we can make a lot of money out of having re-releasing this on a 25 anniversary edition. Parma with Buffon, they re-released his goalkeeping kit when he re-signed for the club as a 25th edition because he re-signed with the club. Even That was going for £250 or around €300, and they sold out quick. A lot of people bought in bulk to then sell on for a upmarketed price. Certain clubs may also release a limited edition jersey that is just a one-off, as a worn for a charity game or as a limited third alternate. Pescara's Dolphin jersey a couple of years ago, they sold out immediately. They did a rerun. The kit supplier decided, and the club decided, to then sell more, but they also sold out. Some are very, very desirable. The Nigeria World Cup kit from 2018 sold out in less than 6 hours, and there was a lot of people who put it on pre-order who had to wait up to 6 weeks to get their kit. The tournament had ended by that point. So get those pre-orders in, you can save money, and also if you get a pre-order in, you're more protected for refunds as well. But that's various ways. If you want to start up a sports memorabilia collection, there's some tips on cost saving. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.